was a scary pair of eyes staring right at me. It was Asia. Asia was one of the popular girls and absolutely hated my guts for no apparent reason. Wow, did she make my life a living hell. Hi, Ash. I thought I heard my friend greeting me as I walked to class, but it was just my imagination. I was invisible. Most people have always just shut me out. I've been bullied since pre-kindergarten, all the way through until my freshman year of high school. Every day after school, all I wanted to do was stay up all night drawing so that I could drain out all my anxiety. When I was in kindergarten, I had therapy for my anxiety. Your daughter has social autism, my therapist said to my parents. But my parents didn't want their daughter labeled like that, so they ignored it. Over the years, I had started getting better. Then, I was in second grade, and my parents got divorced. I had already switched schools 3 times that year, and I tried my best to make a good first impression in this school. I was favored by my teachers from day one, but this made my peers hate me from the start. They targeted me as if I was their delicious prey. Third grade was the loneliest year I ever had, and it got to the point where I would bully the other kids back just to prevent myself from being a victim. By the time I was in 4th grade, I had started thinking, what's the purpose of my existence? I don't belong here. That's when I started having suicidal thoughts. To this day, the depression has never left me, but I managed to get the thoughts of hurting myself out of my head. It took me a long time to get to this point. I was now in 7th grade and at my 5th school. The situation was the same as ever. The usual group of popular kids ignoring me and the usual group of people pretending to be nice to me. And then there she was, Asia, with her evil glare watching over me. She was the most popular of popular girls at school, and of course, she hated me for no reason. What's worse was that she lived in the same neighborhood as me. One particular day, a little before Christmas break, I was at the neighborhood bus stop. Around 30 kids from both the middle and high school have to gather there each morning, which meant Asia was around before I even got to school. The entirety of the event is a blur for me, but this is what I remember. I was talking with a friend when I noticed from a corner of my left eye, Asia looking right at me as she was talking to her friends. I could feel all the mean things she was talking about me. For a few minutes, we gave each other glares, very intense glares. Finally, I decided enough was enough. I had to do something about this. Nothing would change otherwise, right? I then proceeded to tell her, I wish you would stop spreading lies about me. After I said that, we got into a super heated argument. She was throwing insults and profane names at me, told me my life is meaningless. I was so fed up and enraged, I didn't care anymore. Of course, the others around us had started recording the argument to put on Instagram or whatever. Towards the end of our argument, I told her that she couldn't even go 10 seconds without insulting someone. Asia proceeded to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, BAM! She dragged me to the pavement and pounded my head on the cement floor, tearing my hair out, spinning me around to disorientate me as well as keep the other kids from stopping her. It felt like it lasted more than 30 seconds, but it was actually less than 10. At first, I felt like I was laughing and crying at the same time, thinking I deserved this. I was useless, and she was right about that. Then the pain kicked in, and I started freaking out. The others around us finally pried Asia away from me, and I ran to the other side of the crowd. She would have come after me, but luckily the bus came just then. I was too traumatized to get on the bus, so I just sat on the pavement for a while crying. At some point after, I finally texted my dad telling him what happened, and my stepmom came and picked me up. I had a concussion for a month, and my dad filed charges against the girl. When we got to court, we found out that she had also assaulted her sister around the same time as me. Asia had turned out to be a psychopath and had to move to her grandmother's house in the next state over. Then, the neighborhood manager wound up kicking out her entire family because of her. This may sound like a good ending for me, but no. Asia had left me a painfully invisible scar. Since the incident, I have never been able to speak up for myself, even about the littlest things. I have also started going in and out of mental hospitals. I even stayed at a residential for 5 months. I have improved a lot in the past year, but the fear of speaking up has never left me since that day. I often just suffer in silence from the fear of a repeat incident like that day. I never leave my house, and any friends I have are online. I am isolating myself, and it's hurting me. But I'm too afraid to go back into the world. I often wonder how different things would be if I had just kept my mouth shut that day. I know that I did the right thing speaking up, but I have been mentally wounded ever since that.